thanks for watching. I'm happy to talk to you today about something I rarely discuss as a coach. As a coach, we always focus on what we want in order to be happy, how we want to feel, what we want to achieve, and what we want to learn. Today is a little bit different. I'm going to focus on what we need to drop, stop, and give up entirely. If you want to be happy, you will need to stop doing these things. Put simply, we need to do some unlearning in our lives. I've observed that there are some key things that we do that keep us stuck. They keep us unhappy and they keep us living in the past. By holding on and continuing to do these things, we're guilty of sabotaging our success, our sense of peace, and our joy. The first is to hold a grudge. Forgiveness is the key to freedom. As Marianne Williamson says, forgiveness is actually out of self-interest. When we feel anger or resentment towards anyone else, the intended impact, which is to hurt them, backfires completely on us. We harbor the anger and resentment within our own minds and bodies. Ask yourself, how can I see this situation differently? And keep asking yourself that question and keep digging deeper until your grudge starts to shift and change shape. Secondly, we give up on our dreams. To me, giving up on our dreams is the saddest thing that we do. So often we bury our gifts, we follow a safe path, or we simply don't give ourselves permission to pursue what it is that we really, really, really want. This results in huge regret later in life and dullness in the present moment. I heard once that the definition of hell is when the person you are meets the person you could have been. Our inner voice knows when we're not living our truth, and this voice never goes away, even though we really try and tune it out. It's very likely that you know the exact voice that I'm talking about. Thirdly, we let distractions guide our day. When we live life, as I like to say, from the inbox out, we're often completely unaware of the happiness we could be experiencing from self-directing our lives. We need to allow some disconnect from the agenda that social media and email sets for our day. From our morning alarm clock through to bedtime Instagram liking. How different might your day look if your daily distractions on social media were no longer there? We settle for superficial friendships. Since moving to New York, I really noticed this. When making new friends, I realized that a lot of the time people don't talk about things that really matter, and they never really seem to make themselves vulnerable. Whenever I bring up difficult times in my life, like my early divorce or modest upbringing, people tend to also open up with me too, as we all secretly want to make genuine connections with other people. Whenever I do find myself having deeper conversations, people often tell me, it's so nice to talk about this stuff. We don't realize that connecting with others has nothing to do with our exotic vacations or successful career stories. It's about making a soul connection that only arises from those deeper conversations. Often, if you keep it real with a story about yourself, other people lower their barriers too, and an authentic and awesome conversation can take place. Number 5, we compare. Comparison is selective and exaggerated and unreal. We have no idea what's going on in other people's lives. We might envy someone's money, but have no idea that their child is struggling with bullying or that their marriage is falling apart. Instead, we should be too busy envying our own good fortune, and this is known, my friends, as gratitude. Number 6, we really hold back on the giving. At the end of it all, it's not about us. The greatest, most real, and rewarding sense of happiness comes from helping other people. I know a lawyer here in Manhattan who teaches guitar on Sundays to children who can't afford lessons. He tells me it's one of his greatest sources of joy, that giving of ourselves creates the most happiness. It's unbeatable. How can you start connecting with others a bit more, dreaming a little deeper, and giving a little extra of yourself? And don't forget that little star of forgiveness. We can't shine fully without it. Now I'd love to hear from you. What would you love to stop, drop, or give up in your life? Please share with me in the comments below, and I look forward to continuing the conversation there.